I am so tired of you acting like you speak for the people of the state of Indiana or the city of Indianapolis. You do not speak for me or anyone I know. Now listen, you two jerks. Jerks on the right.
Every time that we go through the beginning, part there, the opener, I'm always like, jerks on the right.
Really? I never say it.
I always say it out loud. I'm always like, jerks on the right.
I'm always dancing to the music.
It's just, it's a habit, you guys. Good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday. Thank you, Jesus.
Merciful Fridays.
Friday, we made it. Looks like
we made it.
Yeah.
We are going to kick off today's show with just a quick prayer for the hurricanes that are forming to not come here.
That would be great if it didn't happen.
Because I don't want them. I am not interested in all of that stuff. So
I feel like after the past 6 months that you've had, the last thing you need is a freaking hurricane.
I know, right?
I mean? Can we just not hurricane gods? Can we not?
Yeah. Can we just not? Can we not? We are going to start off today's show with another episode of With Your Face.
Yes.
And we actually have a few examples to go through today. The first of which is one that you sent me. I don't know what it is about like J-Lo and Shania Twain right now, where they are unaware of their age.
Right. Or they are, and they just don't care. Like they're fighting it. They're fighting it tooth and nail. They're just like, put them up against age.
Which, I mean, listen, I guess good for them. But it's just, I'm uncomfortable with the amount of sexuality that is oozing from both of them. It just makes me uncomfortable. Is that bad? Because I'm that age, and I feel like that, it's like that time is over.
You want to say, Grandma, put it away. Just put it
like
away,
that's.
Granny. Okay.
Nobody needs to see all of your bits.
Shania.
And yet they want to show the bits. And Shania is one of the people that does. And so not only does she look odd with the effery of her face.
She's done some effery to the face. Right.
But she's not sounding great either. Here she is, you guys.
Shania Twain. Let me know what you think.
Oh my God. Why? Why is she wearing a nightie too? Why is she doing that?
This is not appropriate. And then she's like, look at my underwear.
She's like, crotch shot. Woo! Crotch. I know. How old is she? How old is she now? I gotta find out. I gotta find out how old Shania Twain is. How old is Shania Twain? We're gonna find out right now. She is 60 years old. She was born on August.
Are you serious?
August 28th, 1965. Yeah, we almost share a birthday. Almost. Girl, you need to put that away. You know what I mean?
That's even worse than I thought, honestly.
In the front row, like right in the front row. She's just like, crotch. Hey. Put it away. Yeah.
Wow. And listen, the work that she's had, it appears to be
pretty good.
Fine work as far as work goes, but
it's like Jane Fonda work.
Just don't. Just stop, okay? Because it's making everybody uncomfortable. I don't know of a person who's going to look at that and be like, I am so desperately turned on by Shania Twain. I mean, this is just
there's definitely a couple. I'm sure that there's an OnlyFans for that. I'm sure there is. And it's like they're there because that's gross. It's gross. Because it's like there's an age. We don't know what that age is. We think it's somewhere around 53, 54, where then you go into the other era where you gotta quit putting on nighties and undies on a stage. It's okay. Put some clothes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's time for a little modesty, a little bit of modesty.
Just a little bit.
Anyway, that's one extreme, but we also have another really, and we showed Simon Cowell with his weird clap hands the other day, and he's also obviously
T-Rex.
effed with his face.
T-Rex hands.
But it's actually, there's something even sadder in some ways about when men get work done, because men typically age so much better than women. Like they just age really well. And so when they fight it, then it becomes even more weird and unnatural. And I don't know what's going on with Zac Efron. I did not believe these were real.
They say they're AI. Are they AI? People
you told me they were real.
People are saying that they're AI now. And I'm like,
okay.
But here's the thing. I don't know, because if you look at his face in real life, it's not that far off from this, Mock.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you saw him in remember that movie that we watched? You made me watch that horrible Nicole Kidman movie.
Oh, that's right.
Made me watch. It's not
it was
that
terrible.
She makes me watch these horrible movies, you guys. And it's not that far off from this. It really isn't. He has effed with his face.
He has. When you sent this to me, I was like, absolutely shocked, because this is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
So I don't know. The jury's still at it. Maybe AI and maybe real. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to let us know. We don't know. I don't know.
Please, God, let that not be real.
Right. But there are
men
that
used to be beautiful.
Oh my God. He was a vision. Like we have a friend, Lee, that is just, she was obsessed with him.
Obsessed.
I know. People are saying, Annie said he broke his jaw in 2013 and had reconstructive surgery. Okay. I mean, I hear you.
That doesn't explain lips. That doesn't explain any of this.
And all the stretching and stuff. I mean, like he had stuff done. If you watch
I can't, I'm gonna believe that this is AI, because it'll make me feel better. Because I just can't.
Right. Okay. So
then there's one other example, which actually isn't so much about the face, but is a little bit. Alyssa Milano, apparently, according to the New York Post, is making a big production on social media about the fact that she's getting her fake boobs removed. And so she's talking about it in this way that, she's on this high horse, right? Where she's removing her implants in order to, quote, release those false narratives and become her authentic self.
Okay.
She says, I'm letting go of the body that was sexualized, that was abused, that I believed was necessary for me to be attractive, to be loved, to be successful, to be happy. Today, I'm my authentic self. Today, I am free. And yet, her face has still been effed with.
Look at her face. It's like it doesn't move. She's got like everything is smoothed out. Okay.
Right. So how authentic is it really?
Quit doing that. It's like all these people. Listen, I see people on the right doing this too. Like everything is natural. Everything I only eat organic, and everything is like super natural. And then they have clearly done all the stretching and the flattening, filling of their face. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to listen to you about being organic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that, but okay.
But that's cool about your boobs, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Why do we need to know this?
Right. Okay. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Right.
Anyway, and so concludes today's edition of
With your face.
What people should do is they should use BonCharge. That's what they should do. They
Exactly.
should just use BonCharge. Go to boncharge.com/chicks. Get yourself one of those awesome masks. That's what we do. It's all natural. It's just red light therapy. BonCharge.com/chicks. Do it. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. It's organic Botox. So it's gluten-free, you guys. It is. It's gluten-free.
We are obviously going to get to the big news of the day, which is James Comey's indictment. We will get to that in just a little bit. But first, we have to catch up on a little bit more on the topic we discussed yesterday, which was the sniper attack on the Dallas ICE facility. Kash Patel yesterday afternoon provided some more details about some of the discoveries they'd made about the sniper. And they did a search of his house. They seized a bunch of his devices. They found a bunch of notes and documents that he had written. And so some of the information they found is that the guy downloaded a document titled Dallas County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, which had a list of all the facilities. He did all kinds of Google searches on ballistics and the Charlie Kirk shooting video. He searched those apps, which are inexplicably allowed to exist.
Cannot believe that.
How to find ICE agents and where they are at any given time. And then one of the handwritten notes that they found read, quote, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof? So I feel like at this point, it's safe to say that there was a motivation behind his attack, even though the left is like, I mean, it's possible he was MAGA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, there's definitely pre-planning involved. And let's not forget that 3 months ago, CNN is the one that gave free publicity to that app.
Yep.
So they're also, they're complicit in this. I believe that they're complicit. The media fuels this. The media, all the people out there saying, you know, this person is a Nazi, this person is a fascist. I mean, there's so much complicity on behalf of so many people out there that are going to say, oh my God, we had nothing to do with this. Like nothing.
Well, and I'm kind of disappointed too in just the big tech companies that allow those apps to be on their platforms. Like it's the same as somebody. It's like a hitman app is essentially what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's so, it's just so wrong. And I can't believe it's allowed, but it is.
And I know what you mean. Cause I mean, the Biden administration squelched us. They squelched conservatives for years. And then this administration can't shut down these apps that endanger law enforcement. Like, I feel like that's and then they want to turn around and say, we're the fascists.
Right.
Like make it all make sense.
You can't, it's not possible.
I mean, but they could do that, right? I mean, I feel like they should be able to do that. Somebody in this administration should be able to say, we're shutting these down. Like we need to shut these apps down. All of them. They should be banned. I can't believe that they're allowed to exist. And yet they continue to be out there and used by the sniper. Right. Here's one of the U.S. attorneys talking about more detail about what they discovered in their home search.
I want to point out that one of these notes or papers, the sniper explicitly states, yes, it was just me. That statement appears to be correct at this point in the investigation. Notably, these loose notes included a game plan of the attack and target areas at the facility. He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel and to maximize property damage at the facility. It's clear from these notes that he was targeting ICE agents and ICE personnel. He also hoped his actions would give ICE agents real terror of being gunned down, and he did this to induce constant stress in their lives. He hoped his actions would terrorize ICE employees and interfere with their work, which he called human trafficking.
God.
I know, right?
It's absurd.
I just can't believe we're in this place right now where it's like Democrats are actually demonizing law enforcement to the point where they're targets of violence. And leftists are just like, yeah, that's fine. Like they are defending this. They're going to die on that hill. I just cannot believe this is where we're at. And then, you know, people that I know that I'm still friends with from childhood are still Democrat.
Yeah, and they can see the same polling that we have seen and shared here, which is crime is still one of the top 3 issues that all Americans care about. And they say, I mean, when they're polled, Americans are like, yeah, Republicans have the crime thing under control way better. Their policies are way better than Democrats. And the Democrats, who are famous for defunding the police and being on that bandwagon forever, are now trashing ICE. I mean, this is just their MO. They always stand up for criminals and always demonize law enforcement, to their own detriment.
Yeah, I just don't know how you defend this. I don't. And when you do, you're truly a bad person. Like you are a garbage person to defend this.
Garbage people. And garbage people do not deserve delicious olive oil like you do. You guys deserve delicious olive oil and you should have it.
Oh my God. You guys, this stuff, listen, before I tried this stuff, I was like, it's just olive oil, right? And then you try it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is legit. Like it is, when you have real, legit good olive oil, you do not go back. to the stuff that you get at like Walmart. I'm just saying, it's like, this is the real stuff it's fresh. It's like harvested by people who go olive oil hunting. Okay. Like this is a thing. This is what they do. And it's an American company. I mean, these people are amazing. It's good olive oil. It lowers the risk of heart disease. It reduces bad cholesterol. It helps prevent type 2 diabetes. I look at the health factor, all the health benefits of it. I know some people don't care about that because it helps like prevent strokes.
Yeah, I'm just like, yum.
I know. The mock's like, what does it taste like? Because it tastes amazing. Like you taste it by itself. We've done taste test stuff with the company and they'll send us, like 3 different kinds. And we're like, there's a difference. I mean, they all taste different with different things and you can dip bread in it. You can cook with it. Olive oil is the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet. I don't know if you guys know anything about the Mediterranean diet, but it's one of the healthiest in the world. This stuff is so amazing. It has no carbs if you're into that. And the flavor is like nothing you've ever had. So you really need to try it. I promise you, if you try it, you will not go back. You can get a full-size $39 bottle of fresh pressed olive oil for just $1 shipping. There's no commitment, but I promise you, you will not want to go back once you try it. Go to chicksloveoliveoil.com and get that bottle, that $39 bottle for just $1 shipping. chicksloveoliveoil.com. Do it. You will not be sorry.
Not all olive oils are created equal.
You will be so happy you did. That's right.
Happily, the Dallas mayor is a switched on dude, and he was on Fox to talk about the sniper attack. And here's what he said.
The reality is we have a problem in this country right now with political violence. And I think if we're honest about that, we can look back 5 years ago and we can see when Democrats started the process of vilifying law enforcement during the Defund the Police movement to appease Black Lives Matter activists. They started talking about local law enforcement being as big a threat to our safety as actual violent criminals. Rapists and murderers were being equated with police. And then you fast forward to Trump's election, and they did the same thing. In order to appease pro-immigration activists, they started to equate ICE with the violent criminals in our community, some of whom are here illegally, and trying to create this false equivalency. And now you're starting to see people acting on that. I think we also see that there's increasing tolerance for political violence as a way to bring about policy change, particularly on the left. And so I think that confluence of events is leading to unfortunate events like yesterday. And if we don't do something about it, this won't be the last one.
That's right. Preach it, Eric. Clean it up.
Yeah. I was not familiar with him and I was impressed.
I try to stay very far away from Dallas and Houston, just FYI.
I'm just surprised, actually, that a big city like Dallas has a Republican mayor.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
Shocking to me.
Clean it up, Eric.
Trump hosted the Turkish president in the Oval yesterday. And of course, they took questions from reporters. One of the questions was about political violence and who's to blame for it. Trump did not mince words. Here's what he said.
Responsible for the uptick in left-wing violence in the country.
Radical left rhetoric. The radical left is causing the problem. They're out of control. They're saying things, and they're really dumb people. I mean, I look at Crockett. I look at some of these people. They're very low IQ people, actually. But the radical left is causing this problem, not the right, the radical left. And it's going to get worse, and ultimately it's going to go back on them. I mean, bad things happen when they play these games. And I'll give you a little clue. The right is a lot tougher than the left. But the right's not doing this. They're not doing it, and they better not get them energized because it won't be good for the left. And I don't want to see that happen either. I'm the president of all the people. But the radical left is causing this. The radical left Democrats are causing this problem, and it gets worse. It gets worse, and it'll be a point where other people won't take it anymore, and that will not be good for the radical left, and we don't want that.
Hey, is the radical left causing this?
It seems like he was alluding to that.
I know, I love it.
I wish he would have been more clear, but
he needs
what
to
are
be
you going to do?
next time when he talks about the radical left. But he's right. He's absolutely right. And
people are going to hit a breaking point where, and I don't want that either. I mean, nobody should want that.
No.
But like, how much can you poke a bear?
Right. And listen, he's not wrong. We are tougher. I see all this stuff floating around out there, and they're like, put them up. They're all tough. They act like they're tough. They're they're poking. Be careful what you wish for, blue-haired weirdos. Be careful. You know what I mean?
There's one state in particular in our great United States of America that has a zero tolerance policy when it comes to this kind of nonsense. And of course, it was Governor DeSantis.
It's been a while.
And he just wants to make it clear that kind of tomfoolery will not be acceptable in Florida.
We are seeing an alarming increase in attacks and rhetoric against law enforcement, in this case, federal law enforcement, Department of Homeland Security and ICE. In Florida, we have zero tolerance for attacks on law enforcement.
Preach.
This is not Portland. You will be held accountable if you try that. These are folks that are doing their jobs. They have been given duties to be able to enforce the laws that are on the books in this country, and they are doing that.
Yeah.
Best governor in the country.
FAFO, losers.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love
God,
him.
I love him.
I know. Just so, it's been a while. You know, it's been a hot minute
right?
since we were able to just like look at him and go, hey, Ron, what's going on, Ron? Hey, Ron.
I know. That's why when I saw that clip, I was like, ooh.
Oh,
we got to include that.
We missed you, Ron. Hey.
We missed him for real.
How you doing?
Yeah. How you doing?
How you doing, Ron?
So the reason for my name today is because Chris Cuomo, surprisingly, of all people, called out the left for being so freaking ridiculous, trying to pin all the political violence on the right. And he mocked them hilariously. Here he is.
Game of the battle to the bottom of which side is worse. You guys are literally debating who's more violent, the right or the left. There is no statistical evidence that the left is anywhere near as violent in politics. The ADL, everybody. That's your argument right after Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck by a guy who thought he was standing up for his trans lover. You just shot him in the neck. You're going to make the case that it's all about the right? How stupid do you have to be?
He's not wrong.
I know.
He's not wrong. There have to be a few on that side that are like, are you kidding me? Come on. We're going to do
really
this.
dumb right now.
This is what we're going to do now. We're going to do this. Yeah. So, I mean, he's obviously one of them. So I guess bravo. Golf clap to you. Golf clap. Chris.
He gets a little credit for that.
A little bit. Just a tiny
bit. Kash Patel also made an announcement yesterday during Trump's announcement about TikTok, which we'll get to in a little while, that now they are there's going to be a full cross-departmental effort to track down who's funding the psychopaths who keep committing this political violence. Because, you know, Antifa, even though it's very disorganized, somebody is coordinating, making all of these signs and like making sure that there's bricks ahead of riots. You know what I mean? Like this is all very well coordinated.
Right.
And so it has long been time for the federal government to follow the money. And happily, that's exactly what he said they're about.
What we're going to do, combining forces as Scott and I have done in these last few months, is follow the money. People and organizations have collected funds and put them out into the streets of America and organized violence across our country. And thanks to your recognition of this and this executive order and the AG's leadership to lead out and prosecute these individuals, we are properly going to chase them down like the domestic terrorists that they are.
Which is, I mean, so welcome, so long overdue.
Yeah.
That's, of course, that's where you find the head of the snake.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's something that the Democrats didn't want to do, though, because it's going to be one of them, obviously.
It's all going to like be part of Act Blue and like
or George Soros. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be their side.
Mm-hmm.
They're because I mean, I have to choose my words carefully, but I mean, they're the violent ones. They're obviously the violent ones. So we know this, and they want so badly for it not to be true because if if it is true, if like we show them data and because it is true, they have to sit with that and they have to understand that they're not like the tolerant, compassionate ones that they've always preached to be. Right. They're just not that. They have to sit with that and marinate in it.
And it's not slowing down. Like there was another example. This was at the University of Texas in San Antonio. This guy, 19 years old, was arrested for posting more threats ahead of a vigil that was going to be hosted for Charlie Kirk at UT San Antonio. And he said, and I quote, "This is a disgrace. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to make sure this won't be a good nor comforting vigil, y'all. Watch and see. I'm going to make this a movie, me and my truck." And you don't get to say that.
What's he going to school for? Seriously, what's he get? I'm assuming is this a student? Like, who is this? Is he like, I'm asking a legit question. If he's a student at the university, get him the F out of there.
Yeah.
Why was he ever accepted? Who are these people? Who are these kids? He's 19 years old. He is a kid. Get him out of there. It's like,
I know.
My God.
And it's it's crazy to me that it's not, I mean, that there's been no tempering of this kind of tone in the wake of Charlie's death. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with these people? How do they keep thinking it's okay to say stuff like that?
Because they're rationalizing it. There was, I don't really ever felt like there was you know what? This was awful what happened to him on the left. I never felt like I saw that. I don't know about you guys. I never felt like I saw that. I mean, look at Jimmy Kimmel, for crying out loud.
Right.
You saw like a tearful, after he already said terrible things and he blamed it on MAGA because he wants his freaking job back. He came back and gave some just half-assed, it wasn't even an apology. He's just like, well, I mean, I want basically he lied and said something about, unifying or trying to love people on both. He's full of shit. He basically is full of shit. They're all full of shit. They are. I never felt like that side truly felt remorse for what happened. Like,
and the people I heard it from that did feel remorse said, "I am done with the left." I saw a handful of videos from people going, "I cannot believe that I was associating myself with people who would celebrate something this horrible. So I'm never voting Democrat again."
Yeah, a lot of them are on our side now. Yeah, but I never felt like there's no closure with that because they never came out and said, "God, that's terrible." We would have done that. We would have absolutely done that. If something happened to somebody on their side, which, I mean, I just can't imagine that ever happening because we don't do that. But if it did, we would be like, that was awful. It's just that we cannot solve problems that way.
That literally would have been our message. What are we doing? This is the worst possible way to go about disagreeing with someone.
Exactly. Come on. And I think his memorial was obviously such a representation of how we deal with things. And they couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle it. So, I mean, I have gotten no closure from those people. In fact, I need to deal with it. I know, but I'm probably I'm more angry about it than I was even a couple weeks ago, just by the way that they've all handled every situation and I say situation, but every awful thing that has happened, they've handled it in such a piss poor way and in such a liberal way. And it just without any heart, without any soul, like they're just soulless ghouls over there.
Yeah. It's true. They really, really are. I think it's been a while since you have given us an update about your Brooklyn bedding mattress.
It's true. I haven't. We've talked about Brooklyn bedding before, haven't we?
I think once we have. Okay. But I think it's been a hot minute.
It has been. It's an American success story, which I love. It's Brooklyn bedding was started by a guy named John, who he built his business from the ground up in Arizona, right here in the United States, no degree, just old school hustle, which I absolutely love. I love stories like this. And now they make some of the best mattresses that you can find anywhere. So they make it easy to upgrade. Just like I got Gwen's perfect mattress. She's pretty picky about mattresses, kind of a diva. She likes to sleep, you guys. She's an athlete. She's got to have her sleep. She's got to have her 9 hours a night. We got it delivered right to our door. It's in a box. It's easy to deal with. You just take it out of the box. We did it in her room. And then you just unfold it and it just kind of opens up. And it's really, I mean, they're amazing, so easy to deal with because buying a mattress is usually a real pain in the butt, but they make it really convenient and easy for you. You can pick your own firmness level and everything that you want that's specifically for you. It's very fuss free. So I like the convenience of it. Like if you sleep hot, you can get these like covers that they have. They have like copper flex, and they call them Glaciotex covers to help you keep cool and comfortable. They're endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. They offer a 120-night comfort trial. They are just really, really awesome mattresses. Plus, you can find your best mattress in under 2 minutes. They have a little sleep quiz online so you can find what works for you. So go to brooklynbedding.com, use our promo code CHICKS at checkout to get 30% off, which is really great. It's not available anywhere else. You can get that 30% off. It's brooklynbedding.com, code CHICKS. Try it. It's good stuff, you guys. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, we had some good economic news yesterday, and it was that the GDP was revised up. This is for the third time, which is kind of a rare thing. Here is, what's his name? Santelli, I think is his name, to briefly tell you about it.
On the GDP side, this is our third time around the block on Q2, and we see a really solid revision, 3.8%.
That is very, very solid.
Yeah.
And that guy, I don't know what his official title is, but he's some sort of economic or financial advisor for the administration. And he's super smiley, and he always sounds like he has a sinus infection. You know who I'm talking about? That Kevin guy?
Kinda. Yeah.
He also was on one of the news stations to talk about the good economic news. And he's just such a happy little fellow, his like stuffy little voice. I don't know why I like him so much, but anyway, here he is to give an update.
Kevin, how would you assess the macro story today?
Right. Well, the macro story right now is, first of all, that inflation has dropped sharply since President Trump took office. Growth has been very high. We've got industrial production at an all-time high, capital spending up 8% so far this year. Mortgage rates are down in part because of the tariff revenues, down by about 70 basis points. So the typical new home buyer right now is saving $250 a month because of the lower interest rates because of these policies.
He's a happy guy. He's a happy sinus infection guy. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's just a stuffy, happy guy. I just like him.
Yeah,
and so yesterday too, we talked about like this whole, and the fight is still continuing. This whole, are we going to shut down? Is there going to be a government shutdown? What's going to happen?
Right.
And now people are suggesting that this is all some strategery that's going to benefit the administration, and here's why. They're saying if Democrats shut down the government in October, Trump has ordered Russ Vought to permanently eliminate jobs when discretionary funding lapses and there's no alternative funding source available. In the past, shutdowns, Democrats have been able to put the blame on Republicans and face no consequence. Everyone just gets some time off and then back pay.
What we complain about, right?
Yeah. This time, it could cost thousands of government union jobs. And I think that's a good thing.
It's a fantastic thing. I love this.
Right?
I hope that this is the case. You can suck it. Honestly.
Yeah, I thought this was very, very interesting.
And this is all because what? They want healthcare for illegals. They're holding the government hostage so healthcare can be given to illegals, to people that aren't citizens. Okay, then fine. You can take your job and shove it straight up where the sun doesn't shine. You can seriously. These people can suck it. Shut it down. Shut it down.
I'm fine with it being shut down because I have lost all interest in trying to work with these clowns. Also, there's, I guess, a big hullabaloo over the fact that news broke yesterday about Pete Hegseth, who is now the Secretary of War, saying that he's calling together a meeting of hundreds of generals and admirals that are currently positioned all over the world. He's asking everybody to come to Quantico next week for a meeting. And the press lost their minds about this, like absolutely made it sound like this was the biggest deal ever. And maybe it is. I don't know. I have no idea if this is a big deal or not. But when it was asked about in Trump's presser yesterday, Trump and JD Vance kind of mocked the press a little bit for making it into such a big deal. Here's how they approached it.
It's good to get along. It's good you act like this is a bad thing. Isn't it nice that people are coming from all over the world to be with us?
It's not particularly unusual that generals who report to the Secretary of War and then to the President of the United States are coming to speak with the Secretary of War. It's actually not unusual at all, and I think it's odd that you guys have made it into such a big story.
Is it a big story? I mean,
I don't think it is, sir.
I would think it's no, but isn't it a good story? I mean, we're respected from all over the world as a military force.
Maybe they're gonna maybe they're doing team building. They're gonna do trust falls and stuff. You know what I mean? They're gonna do
trust falls.
This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna hang out together. This is what they're gonna do. How do they know? They just automatically go to, oh my God, we're gonna go to war. It's gonna be bad.
Right.
Everything's
right.
bad. Maybe they're just getting together and they're gonna talk about their strengths and weaknesses and hold hands.
Maybe they're gonna do some
right.
covey training. You know, they might be.
Franklin, oh my God, Franklin, you just pulled that out of your '90s butt. Is what you just did. Your HR butt. You guys, you just pulled a Franklin covey. Is everybody okay? You guys all right? Everybody's having trauma right now. Everybody that's Gen X or Boomer.
Join covey training. I liked it.
Everybody's like, no, Mark, no. They're going to do, I hope it's trust falls. I hope it's trust falls.
And I hope that they cater in Moe's for lunch.
It's going to be Chipotle,
such a corporate.
You guys. We're getting Chipotle. You guys, we're getting Chipotle? That's awesome. Corporate's paying for it? This is great. That's what they're going to do. Come on.
Anyway, I don't know if it's a big deal or not, but it is happening. So
this is so 1990s company. Right.
And so the reason that they were all together for in the Oval yesterday is to make this announcement about TikTok. They've reached a deal. There's been an executive order signed about TikTok approving this deal that would keep TikTok under the control primarily of the United States. And so China still has to approve it. I'm assuming they will. I can't imagine that they would have just made this deal without knowing that China was down. So this new joint venture will oversee TikTok's US business, and then ByteDance would hold less than 20% of the stock. And, Oracle, there's American companies that are involved that would be responsible for securing the private data of Americans, which of course has not been something that's been kept well by China. So it seems to be a way to keep TikTok available and safer for American use. And that's a good thing.
My daughter is losing her mind.
Is she so excited?
Oh my God. Yesterday, she's like, America is buying TikTok. Mom, can I have it?
Oh, she doesn't have it and she's excited now.
She's not allowed to have TikTok because I'm like, listen, and the reason that I've always used is because it's China. It's Chinese.
Right.
You can't have it. You can't have it because they're gonna try to brainwash you. I don't want you having access to that app. It's horrible. This is why. And now she's like, it's American now. Can I have it?
and I'm like, got you there.
like, don't. So as a parent, I'm just like, okay, well, I'll think about it. We'll see what I'm going to keep track. I'm going to look at and see what happens with it. But, eventually she's going to be 18. I won't be able to control what she does on social. She's going to have access to this stuff. But, I'm not a fan. I hate TikTok. I think it's like the devil's spawn. But I'll see what happens with American control of it,
And I don't know, when this will I don't know if there's going to be like a new app that you'll have to download. And I have no idea how that's all going to play out. Time will tell. This is all very early yet. But Trump was asked by a reporter whether he would have control over the algorithm and whether he would make it more MAGA-centric. And Trump was super Trumpy about it. I loved his answer. Here's what he said.
Now that Americans will have operational control, do you want to see the algorithm suggest more MAGA-related content prioritized?
I always like MAGA-related. If I could, I'd make it 100% MAGA-related. It's actually a good question, but I would, if I could make it 100% MAGA, I would, but it's not going to work out that way, unfortunately. No, everyone's going to be treated fairly. Every group, every philosophy, every policy will be treated very fairly. Thank you.
I mean, that was the right answer. But I like that he was jokey about it. It was cute.
Yep.
You got to watch a really cool thing, a new release from Angel Studios, which I have not seen yet, but you need to give everybody the heads up about what's happening.
Obsessed. I am a documentary person, you guys. I gobble them up. So I was super stoked about Angel Studios' new documentary on RFK. Okay, it's about RFK, not RFK Jr., but RFK Jr. is featured in it, and he's talking about his father and his legacy. And y'all, it is so good. I loved this documentary. It's called RFK Legacy. It's streaming now on Angel. It's a cinematic documentary. Oliver and Sean Stone produced it. Oliver Stone. He's in it a little bit. You can see him. I was riveted from the start. Like, I feel like I know a lot about JFK, but not so much about RFK. And it was a personal look into his life and that time in our country. And it dives really deep into like his influence, his assassination stuff I didn't know. Some of it completely blew my mind. And that time has so many similarities to what's happening now, I feel like, in our country. I just wish more people studied history and understood it so that we don't repeat it. And it was just a fantastic documentary. Such a great film. I really encourage you guys to watch it if you can and become an Angel Guild member and stream RFK Legacy. Angel puts the highest quality entertainment out there. This is probably the best thing I've ever seen that they've done. It's stuff,
and that's saying something because we've loved pretty much everything we've watched.
I'm just such a documentary girl, so to me, this was like my absolute favorite thing. But I love all the entertainment for the family stuff too. It's just fantastic. But this was just chef's kiss. You can become an Angel Guild member and stream RFK Legacy today at angel.com/chicks. And you get a bunch of perks. Like, you can actually have a say in what they make and all of that. They're just a fantastic company. They put out wonderful stuff. This was such a good thing. You guys definitely check it out if you can. It's angel.com/chicks. Do it. Watch it.
So good.
It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, you got to watch it this weekend. You have to. So good.
I know we will. We absolutely will. Okay, let's get into the Comey stuff, shall we? Because this was, of course, the big news from yesterday. And before the indictments came down, because that happened at around, 5, 6 o'clock at night, Trump was asked about it when he was hosting Erdogan in his office. He was asked about what was going to happen with Comey, because as we mentioned yesterday, the rumors were flying that indictments were coming. And so he was asked, what was his involvement? What did he know? And here is what Trump said early afternoon.
I can't tell you what's going to happen because I don't know. You have very professional people headed up by the Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and Lindsay Halligan, who's very smart, good lawyer, very good lawyer. They're going to make a determination. I'm not making that determination. I think I'd be allowed to get involved if I want, but I don't really choose to do so. I can only say that Comey's a bad person. He's a sick person. I think he's a sick guy, actually. He did terrible things at the FBI. And but I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen.
He's facing up to 5 years per count. Oh God, I love karma. I love it. It's so great.
Well, and apparently this is just the beginning. And so earlier, before the indictments came down, Mike Davis, who of course is a lawyer very, very close to the administration, he was on, I think, with Benny, and Benny was like, do you have a message for James Comey? And Mike Davis.
I can't wait. This is going to be good, you guys. Buckle in.
He's just so ridiculous. He's a ridiculous person. I mean, he's impossible to stay mad at, frankly.
Right. He totally is. I know, right? We have to have him back on. We have to.
I know. We do. And so here is his message to James Comey. This is, again, was ahead of the indictments.
What is your message to James Comey?
Lawyer up, Big Jim. And we are going to be making the 6'6" prison jumpsuits as we speak. Because this guy is a snake. He participated in the biggest scandal in American history. When they talk about the threat to democracy, Crossfire Hurricane and the cover-up is the gravest threat to democracy we've seen in America. And so justice is definitely coming.
I love all of that, like the memes online of people like making shell formations. Of
we have some. We have some. Yeah, we have some.
Just everything.
So Kash, ahead of the announcement, like immediately ahead of it, without even naming names, he put this tweet out saying, today, your FBI took another step in its promise of full accountability. For too long, previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions, severely eroding public trust. Every day, we continue to fight to earn that trust back. And under my leadership, this FBI will confront the problem head on. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blatant than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we continue to investigate and expose. Everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held to account no matter their perch. No one is above the law.
Hell yeah, no one's above the law, Comey. What
That's
a
right.
douche canoe. I cannot wait to see all of this go down. We're all like, yes.
It's so good. And so then the indictments came down, and there were the 2 counts for alleged false statement and for obstruction of justice. And Caitlin, I never remember, is it Clark or Collins? I can never remember which one is which.
Collins.
Okay. Yes.
CNN.
The Dylan Mulvaney one.
Yes, it's Collins.
From CNN. So she did this whole intro about the indictments, and it was clear that she was like, Trump is seeking retribution and he has orchestrated this. And this is basically his personal hand is all over this. Mm-hmm. That's how she presented it to a former prosecutor and basically asked him, so is that what this is about? Here's how that went.
Jim, obviously you were a former prosecutor for a long time in the Department of Justice. Do you believe this decision to charge James Comey was reached independently of what the president has so clearly conveyed he wanted to happen here?
Well, probably. I mean, you do have a grand jury that indicted. They carefully considered the case. They actually shaved it down to an area that makes a lot of sense. You know, nobody's actually talking about the specifics of his false statement, but this was a director of the FBI who had a special employee designed for one purpose, to leak things to the New York Times. Now, when he was pressed in Congress on whether or not he had leaked something, he had authorized the leak of a memo he retained wrongfully at his house, he said, no, that's not my recollection. They challenged him about McCabe, another guy who had referrals to the Inspector General for lying, and Comey said, that's not my recollection. So in a weird way, through all this chaos, through all this kind of political interest of what's going on behind closed doors, who knew what, at the end of the day, the indictment that's left is actually pretty simple. He either lied about leaking to the New York Times in a tantrum because he is getting fired, or he didn't. And I don't think it's going to lend itself to the easy dismissals that some of your other folks have been saying they're going to get.
Yeah, his cover's gone. Now he has no cover.
And you know what's interesting about him is that no one likes him. Like, he's hated by the left because of what he did to Hillary. And then he's hated by us because of what he did to Trump. Like, he is universally disliked. He's an awful person. And what cracks me up right now is just watching the leftist media pretend as though this whole thing is so unprecedented and that the GOP better watch out because this could the same thing could happen to them.
You did.
Bitches, you already started this mess.
You did this. What do you think you did to Trump and everybody? I mean, seriously, what have you been doing? That's literally all you did for 4 years. Oh my God.
I know. No, it's been unreal to watch their reaction.
They have zero self-awareness. Zero.
Totally.
And I hope Schiff is next. I hope he's next. Shifty Schiff. God.
Oh, that'll be a good one. That'll be a really good one. I know. Oh my God.
She's right there, you know.
So Trump was obviously pleased with this news. You can read his tweet to the world.
Justice in America. One of the worst human beings this country has ever been exposed to is James Comey, the former corrupt head of the FBI. Today, he was indicted by a grand jury on 2 felony counts for various illegal and unlawful acts. He has been so bad for our country for so long and is now at the beginning of being held responsible for his crimes against our nation. Make America great again. He's so right. That guy had no business being in charge of the FBI. No business.
No business. Not at all. And the only thing that surprised me about his Instagram video that he posted last night was that it didn't have Taylor Swift playing in the background. Other than that, it was exactly as just it's exactly like you would expect of him. He's still a pompous, arrogant a-hole.
Right.
But here he is talking about the indictments and how he is not afraid, you guys. He's not afraid.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump. But we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either.
Okay.
I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice,
Oh my God.
but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Someone said he's gonna live on his knees in prison, and I totally agree.
Mike Davis retweeted that video and said, "Dear Comey, this is just your first trial. There will be more than one."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I just love it. What a jerk this guy
Oh my
is.
God, he's just awful. Awful.
Just the absolute worst.
Mike Davis also had another tweet about all of these goings on in which he said, "Dear lawfare Democrats, you think tonight's indictment of Comey for false statements and obstruction is bad? Just wait for the indictments of many others for conspiracy against rights." He listed a whatever 18 USC whatever 241 and then said tick tock.
I freaking love it.
Cannot get enough.
Mike. I love it, Mike. Okay.
And then, this whole thing was the indictment came down 5 days before the expiration date. What's it called? The statute of limitations was going to run out in 5 days. So it was filed just in time. And then James Comey's son-in-law, a guy by the name of Troy Edwards, resigned from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Virginia right after the indictment came down, simply saying, "To uphold my oath to the Constitution and country, I hereby resign as Assistant U.S. Attorney."
Interesting. It's very interesting. I also find it interesting how they didn't drag him out of his house in the middle of the night in his underwear.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, we don't do that. Don't you think it's interesting how that didn't happen though? Like they didn't do that and like all the networks weren't there to televise it. He basically just had to turn himself in. You know what I mean? Today, I think he's doing that. He's just kind of walk in there and do that. It's a today thing. So, I mean, they told him in advance. It was very civilized. Whereas if the tables were turned, it would have been televised in the middle of the night. CNN would be there because we've seen it happen.
SWAT teams would have come.
Right. Helicopters, you know what I mean? The cameras, the lights would have been shining. He would have been dragged out in his freaking underwear because that's what liberals do. We didn't do that. Notice how we didn't do that? Isn't it interesting, the difference, the dichotomy between the two? Just want to point that out.
So weird.
It's so weird how we're civilized and they're not.
So you gave this away a little bit earlier, but Elon had tweeted out this hilarious picture of Trump finding just a really interesting shell formation just randomly on a beach walk.
So random. So random, you guys.
And then I cracked up at this description so hard, but this was like from a couple years ago. Someone had tweeted, "I cannot wait for justice to drag its butthole across your face like a dog on a carpet."
That's
the best description ever.
Oh, God. Randy Savage, you are my people. You are my people. Shout out.
Oh my God. It's just beautiful.
This is where I love the internet. This is why. This is why. I continue to be on it. Randy, shout out.
So good. So good. And then in semi-related news, it turns out that on the same day that all of this is happening, we're also uncovering some very interesting information about January 6th. The FBI disclosed to Congress that it had embedded 275 undercover plainclothes agents, whatever you want to call them, into the crowd.
Which
so
is weird.
Right?
Just so weird. Don't you think?
And that's not even all. Apparently, there are rank and file FBI agents after January 6th who claimed that the political bias infected operations so much that they felt like they were, quote, pawns in a political war. This is according to an after-action report that has been withheld from the public for the past 4 years.
I wonder if Liz Cheney and Crybaby Kinzinger knew about this. I wonder if they knew about it. Somebody needs to ask them.
Someone needs to investigate them.
Yeah, especially Liz and especially Crybaby. Especially.
Anyway,
and
I'm
Nancy
loving this.
Yes, Susan, and Nancy Pelosi, who was the mastermind of it all. You guys know she was.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff coming out, and it is there's going to be more, and it's juicy.
I just want people to go down.
Same. Couple of announcements to make about Erika Kirk and some appearances that she is going to have. First, before we get to that, Glenn Beck talked about how Charlie had unknowingly prepared Erika for his death. This was so interesting. Here's Glenn on that.
I think Charlie prepared me for this, and I didn't even know it. She said he's got stacks of diaries. He wrote a diary every day. And she said, I never read his diaries. I mean, that's not something you do. But after he died, I went in and I started going through his diaries. I was reading the last few pages and everything else. She said, I started reading him. She said, he left me the plans for 2028.
Wow.
He left me the budgets for the future. She said, he like left this for me. And she is a force to be reckoned with. I mean, TPUSA is in really good hands, I think, with her.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. Yeah, it is amazing. It makes me, it just makes me go, God, I probably should journal more. You know what I mean? Like the stuff.
And keep some important notes around.
Keep some important, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just remarkable. It's really cool that he did that and that he journaled and that. What a legacy. What a legacy he is.
I know. Just an amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
So Megyn Kelly has been touring around with TPUSA, visiting colleges, and that's been going really, really well. Sold out crowds. And of course, this is in the midst of her starting her own tour, during which she's going to hit several cities and also have guests with her. And she announced one of those guests yesterday. Very, very
Speaking
excited.
of Erika Kirk, I want to start today with an update to our Megyn Kelly Live tour. We have an addition to our Glendale, Arizona date that's really important for me to tell you about. Joining me for that November 22nd event, the last stop on our tour, will be Erika Kirk. I am so grateful that she has agreed to do it. I believe this will be her first appearance and her first lengthy sit-down interview in front of a live audience, which is extremely brave on her part. And when I asked her, she did not hesitate for 1 minute. She's incredible. As you guys know, Charlie was supposed to be there with me. He was actually going to come to Bakersfield, California, but Glendale is her backyard. So this is easy for her, and we wanted to keep it as easy as possible. You can get tickets. I recommend you do it right now at megynkelly.com. They're already flying off the shelf, but when everybody realizes they're going to see Erika, I mean, it's going to be really tough to get one. So honestly, it's not a marketing thing. I'm not going to have trouble selling tickets for this. I just want you, the Megyn Kelly listeners, to get them first. So go to megynkelly.com and get those tickets to see Erika Kirk, last stop of the tour in Glendale, Arizona. And by the way, find out information and come join us at any of the 10 stops across the country. If Glendale's not close to you, check it out because we're hitting all pockets of the country, and I would love to see you.
It's awesome. Not going to be the first sit down. I mean, and I don't know. I'm sure Megyn's not going to be hugely disappointed by that. But Erika I mean, I don't know how she does it. I would be curled up in a ball in bed for weeks.
For a long time. Yeah, me too. I'd be like, I don't want to see people. I don't want to people for a really long time.
I mean, God, she's incredible.
Yeah, she
is.
Today,
she is going to be on the Charlie Kirk show. And so there was an announcement made about that from the rest of his crew. Here it is.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Erika Kirk is going to be on this program tomorrow. She will be on this program tomorrow. So set your calendars, make it an alert. we are going to have Erika Kirk on the Charlie Kirk Show for the first time since all of this has happened, and she is going to talk to the Charlie Kirk Show audience. So we're very, very honored that she is going to be making the time. She's not like Charlie in the sense that she's doing this podcast and this podcast. She is a grieving widow. She is got a lot on her plate.
Wow.
And the fact that she's doing this with us tomorrow is a real treat and a real special honor. I mean, you wouldn't believe the type of inquiries of the people that want to talk to her. So she wants to talk to you in the audience, real Americans and the people that love Charlie. And so that's what we're going to do it. Tomorrow we will have Erika Kirk.
And
That is going to be a must watch.
Totally.
I'm sure we'll know what time it is. I think it's noon Eastern.
Today. Yeah. I'm sure we're going to have clips on Monday from that.
Yeah. I mean, because wow, I just
Yeah.
can't believe she's doing it. And then speaking of Megyn, I saw this, I can't even remember what school she was at, but one of the college campuses that she stopped at, she was asked a question about who to get news from. Essentially, there was somebody in the audience that was like, nobody can trust anybody anymore. It's like everybody, even people you thought you could trust, have seemed to have gone crazy, essentially. And so who can you get news from reliably? And I loved what she said so much, because it kind of made, oddly, it made me feel a little vindicated for how often people have gotten mad at me when I've criticized Trump. Because here is how she said, you should find the people that you can trust.
I'm sure you guys all have this experience, right? Like, what's real? You hear people who you respect, like, saying stuff that sounds like crazy. And you're like, did we land on the moon? Huh? Right? They can make you rethink anything. And it is an ongoing battle. It's going to be a really hard battle for all of you because you're young and you're going to have years of dealing with this. My advice to you is to find one or two people who you know you can trust. And you'll know those people because they will tell you the bad news for your side. They will not just keep whispering sweet nothings in your ear every day when you turn on their podcast or the news or what have you. And once you find those two people, stick with them. Don't trust a platform that has an agenda that's got corporate backers. When I was at Fox, I did not realize that we were funded by Pfizer. But we were. There was a reason we weren't allowed to say certain things on the air. You tried to talk about what was causing autism and whether it was a vaccine back in 2005 at Fox News. It was not going to happen. So I would recommend choosing someone from the independent lane. Of course, I'm biased, but I submit to you I'm an option for you. Ben Shapiro's another great option for you. There's a bunch of us in this lane who you can trust. And then stick with those people who don't get too out there, unless that's just your jam for fun. But I will say, once you sort of let those earworms get in there, it can kind of corrupt your thinking. So choose people who are super factual.
Yeah, and then some of us who are factual and fun.
And fun, yeah, because we like to be fun.
I mean, I'm still waiting on my check from Israel. People,
I know,
say that we're getting paid.
We got
by
accused
Israel.
of it just yesterday.
Oh my God.
And it actually was about Candace. Like, somebody said, who's paying you to criticize Candace? And I was like, oh my God, I wish I cannot tell you how our criticism is so
Miriam,
genuine.
You don't handle the Instagram. I handle the Instagram. It is literally like hundreds. We get hundreds of those on Instagram. Like, you would not believe the people that are just like, who these girls are paid. They don't even ask it. They say it. They just assume we're paid by the Mossad. I'm like, great. That'd be great. Because if I could get a check from them, that'd be great. Because I am literally freaking out on how I'm going to pay for Gwen's college. Like, that is a source of angst for me every day. If I could get a check from them, I would love that.
Especially because we're already saying the things.
Right.
Like, we're saying it for free. So if we can get paid,
I'd appreciate
awesome.
It. Would really appreciate that. It would help me out tremendously. Thanks.
God, it's such a ridiculous accusation. My God.
They're complete nightmares.
We got some just rando things that we need to get to that were of interest. And one of the things, because she's still on her book tour, Kamala is still trying to sell this ridiculous book that everyone hates her even harder for, if that's possible.
Yeah.
And Jake Tapper had Terry Moran, like the guy with the eyes that are super close together.
Yeah.
He had him on to discuss whether this was like a win for her or not. And Terry Moran was kind of mean, which I enjoyed. Here it is.
One of the reasons why some people are not happy about it is because She has some unflattering things to say about people that she did not pick as her vice presidential nominee. Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania. Mark Kelly, senator from Arizona. Pete Buttigieg, who she says she didn't pick him because he was gay. She didn't think the country could take it. It was too much, a black woman and a gay man. That's what she said, not me out there. She also said some not so great things about her own running mate's debate performance.
Yeah, she's settling a lot of scores, seems a little thin-skinned, and looking, I think, for excuses. Maybe this is a way of clearing the table for her to have a political future. She didn't lose because of any of that. She had a shortened campaign. That's tough. She lost because she didn't make a persuasive case to the American people, and that's why she lost. Is that in the book?
Oh, is that in the book?
Look at you, Terry. Boom! Spitting the facts. Look at him go.
I haven't seen a single Democrat come out in defense of her and this book and it being somehow helpful to her political career.
Right.
No one is
You're
saying
right,
that.
I haven't. It just, I mean, I've seen on social media some women, you know, some like liberal women who are like, oh, she's a boss. I've seen a little bit
Oh my
of that.
God, she's an idiot.
Total idiot. But they are the same people that would, you know, they're the ones who lined up, voted for her, would consume anything that she puts out there. You know what I mean? Liberal white women are going to be the reason that Western civilization completely crumbles. So
Totally.
they're those women that are like, oh, she's so great. She's such a girl boss.
And that's a perfect segue, actually, into this next ridiculous person. There's a woman whose name is Shelby Campbell, who is running for Congress in Detroit, or whatever that district is in Michigan. And so she said hateful things about Charlie, mocked his death, and then doubled down. And so you're going to see both videos back to back of this ridiculous person who will probably win, you guys.
Oh my God.
And that's...
How bad does it hurt? The Jimmy Kimmel's back, but you guys can't get your person back. Hi, Michiganders, specifically Detroiters. Do you guys care that Charlie Kirk has passed away? Yeah, I didn't think so because my district is primarily black people. And Charlie Kirk said awful things about black people.
Oh my God.
So no, I think my district will like me because I advocate for them as a white person. So
that's what Michigan is voting for.
Michigan, come on, do better.
She's awful.
She's a demon.
Mm-hmm.
She's an absolute demon, and an uneducated one at that. You have no idea what Charlie Kirk said. Wow.
And just to assume that like all black people must be super excited that he's dead. What the hell?
Yeah.
She's racist.
You're racist and you're ignorant and you're dumb. And you're a demon.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
She's just awful. Absolutely awful. We need to talk about you, Bernie.
What do you got, a mock whore? You're just a whore.
You just made the dumbest tweet ever.
Really?
I could not. Oh my God.
That's saying something for him.
He has no self-awareness about like how he's contradicting himself in his own tweet. But this is what he said about Kimmel. He said, decisions about what Americans watch shouldn't be dictated by political pressure. Nexstar must immediately restore Jimmy Kimmel to viewers in Vermont and across the United States.
What? Bernie, come on. I'm going senile. I don't know where I am.
I love that Stephen Miller you probably should have workshopped this one a little bit more.
Maybe you should have done that.
Because do you see how you just absolutely contradicted yourself?
He always contradicts. He is a walking contradiction. He is. Remember when he used to be like, millionaires are bad. Now it's billionaires now. It's billionaires because I am a millionaire. I have 3 homes. I have 4 homes. I have 4 homes.
That just absolutely cracked me up.
That guy is like the case study in hypocrisy. He is he and Hillary, the worst.
All right. We have some very, very, very good MyPillow Toks today. The first one is a little long, but it's a news story that will just give you all the feels. And law enforcement needs good stories. And this is a good law enforcement story. And if you get the weeps, I'm not even sorry, because it's just that sweet.
That moment, something changed.
I could tell something was going on, I just asked a question, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you expect, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you don't expect. Are you good? No.
Anxiety is killing me.
Okay.
I come from a background, I'm clean and sober now, so I don't, I've always had bad incidents with cops. So
Deputy Singleton offering words of encouragement, having no idea what Caitlin was going through until this moment.
Is there anything I can do for you? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need help with anything at all? Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Come here.
Oh my
I went down here to get away from an abusive relationship, and I'm clean and I'm sober for 4 months.
Caitlin revealed she was in a fight for her life in sobriety. Battling years of addiction and abuse, she had just moved to North Carolina, leaving her 5-year-old son in Maryland so she could get clean and get him back.
I've never hugged a cop before. I've always been put in handcuffs by them.
Singleton had no idea his humanity and kindness that day changed Caitlin's life and possibly saved it.
I told him, I was like, I'm ready to give up. I was actually on my way to probably do something that wasn't in my best interest.
Take a deep breath, all right? Everything's going to be okay. Okay? You're on the right path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing now, okay? All right? Don't lose that hope.
That traffic stop happened back in March.
And I left my family, and I left my son.
Now, 6 months later,
this is one of the guys that helped save my life.
Caitlin's celebrating 10 months clean.
Can you say hi?
Doing good?
Can you say it's nice to meet you?
And introducing her son Isaiah to the deputy who gave her the strength to get him back.
It's good to see you again. How you been?
Well, don't lose that fight that's in you. Okay? Because there's something in you that's driving you to a better life, right?
Yeah.
All right? Okay? Don't lose that. Hang on to it.
He saw me as a person and not an addict. And he saw my heart. And he saw that I had potential when so many people had counted me out. It's like in a time of desperation, really, like where I was like questioning, like, God, where are you? And he sent me in. It's like an angel. I don't know. I really pray that Jesus blesses you for your kindness, sir.
I'm going to pray for you, too.
Thank you.
In Cabarrus County.
You have no idea how much this means to me.
Hannah Gets Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
We need more stories like that. I love that so
I
much.
know.
That is just so awesome. I love that.
Isn't it the sweetest?
Just the sweetest. So, so sweet.
I loved it so much. All right. We played a video clip from the Daughter, I think it's called Daughter Issues podcast, where it's a father like kind of teasing his daughter about not knowing words or phrases from our generation. So we're back with another example of that, which just, I love these two.
Who were Siskel and Ebert?
Oh my gosh.
Siskel?
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert. Sesame Street.
Oh my god.
He was friends with Oscar.
I could. Okay.
I gotta ask my daughter this.
Okay. I could see that.
Siskel and Ebert?
Siskel and Ebert.
What
And
other names would that be other than puppets? People?
people? Yeah.
Are they twins?
Mm-mm.
Siblings?
Nope.
They're best friends.
They.
Oh no.
Maybe they were friendly. I have
No.
evidence that they would fight each other quite a bit. So
They
I don't know.
hated each other.
Online they were friends.
There was no online.
In the newspapers, they were friends.
In the
They were
newspapers.
Coworkers in the newspapers?
Partially.
Eskel and
Shebert.
Biebert. Eskel and Biebert.
Eskel and Biebert.
Eskel? Seskel.
Seskel and Schubert.
They went on adventures together, trying to solve crime.
Yep.
They were crime fighters, you guys. Crime fighters. That's great. That's great. I love that. I saw a video of them a couple weeks ago. It's so weird. It popped up in my algorithm, and they hated each other. It was them.
Siskel and Ebert, you mean?
Yes, they were off camera.
I thought you meant these two. I was like, they can't possibly hate each other.
No, Siskel and Ebert, and Siskel was the tall one, Ebert was the fat one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ebert. They were mean to each other. I mean, they literally hated each other off camera, and they just tolerated each other. You guys, they hated each other. Yeah.
I love them so much. Okay, we also have an update. I don't know if you saw this. It really wasn't showing up in my feed, but I understand it was for many others. There were a whole bunch of people all over socials the day before yesterday saying that the rapture was coming. I think it was supposed to be on the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And like people were dead serious about this. They were like, rapture is happening today. Be ready. You know, like
who decides
hopefully
this?
you'll be. I don't know.
Who decides? I mean, is there some, like, I need to know who this person is that everybody listens to and says the rapture's happening on the 23rd. Get ready.
Well, it's the same. It's the same person that's like the end of the world is happening on such date. And then I don't know how they end up keeping followers after that date comes and goes.
Right.
But they do.
I feel like you lose your credibility. You know
should.
What I mean? Yeah. I mean, after Macron's wife shows her vagina, is Candace going to lose her credibility? I'm just curious. Is it the same thing?
It's kind of the same thing. And in fact, I bet you Brigitte Macron could literally strip down to her skivvies and have like the most natural vag ever.
Right.
And Candace will continue to gain followers.
She'll gain followers.
And her followers, there are some of her followers who are suggesting that Erika Kirk is responsible for Charlie's death and that she had something to do with it because she wanted to be CEO. That's the level of psycho of some of the people that follow Candace Owens right now.
Yeah,
no joke.
Just stop it. Can we just
it's crazy
stop now?
So anyway, our favorite Irishman, Garen, did not get raptured, and he was disappointed.
So I didn't get raptured, which is fucking typical, to be honest. And it's a bit awkward because yesterday I forgave everybody who's wronged me so I could get into heaven. I didn't mean it. So I just want to formally unforgive everybody. If you've wronged me in even a minor way, even a way you may not have noticed, or I said it was fine, or you thought it was fine, or anybody thought it was fine, I didn't fucking think it was fine. And I think about it all the time, and I hate you for it, and you should just know that. Not a forgiver. And if anything, this has just freshened up the hate that I have in my heart for people who've done me wrong. So, anyway, all the best.
He did not get raptured. He's a little bitter about it.
He didn't. He's mad about it.
A little bitter.
Totally.
And then lastly, we have the happiest creature on earth, the quokka.
The quokka.
The quokka. The happiest creature on earth, the quokka, with ASMR there's nothing better. There's literally nothing better than this, you guys. Nothing is better than this.
The quokka. She's obsessed with quokkas, you guys. Quokka's a meerkat.
So freaking cute. Look at how happy he is.
He's a very happy little guy. Where can we find
He's just
the
holding
quokka?
his leaf. Like with both hands.
Where can we find the quokka, Mog? Where can we find
I think
him?
they're in Kiwi land and Australia.
They're always in Australia. Always.
Yeah. Which sucks because I'm never going to meet one. I'm not going back there.
They're too far away. I can't travel 25 hours on a plane. I'm not doing it. It's not
That's
happening.
the thing. I would have, like 20 years ago, had I known about a quokka, I would have been seeking them out.
Why can't they just bring one here? Why can't somebody just bring one over here and or two, let them reproduce, and then we have American quokkas? Why can't we do that?
You know what? I need to look into this because what if there is like an American quokka refuge?
I feel like there has to be. I feel like we've brought everything to America. We can Americanize the quokkas.
Oh my God.
You know?
I would love to meet a quokka.
And you know that if we Americanize them, they're going to be extra fat. You know they will. They'll get diabetes in like a year. They will.
but also extra happy, I think.
Totally. Without
because they'll have donuts, like that quack is like all healthy with a leaf.
Right.
You give that thing a donut and wait and see how much bigger that smile gets.
You get donuts and freedom is what they get. Freedom to have donuts.
That's right. We had some love from the Ball Pit crew yesterday. We had, let's see, I can't even see what Humber is. It Humber? I don't see the first letter. Something 1969 with a very generous one. Humber saying, "Can we make them disappear, please?" But I don't know what that is about.
Who are we going to make disappear? Because listen,
I don't remember.
I'll drive. I got you, boo.
Agony Beside Me said, "You two are great. I just shared your channel to all the ladies in my circle," which we very much appreciate.
Very sweet. Thank you.
And Freestone Poetry said, "Candace Owens can be ignored by now. You would think, and yet her audience continues to grow."
Yeah.
Over on Locals, Gerber said, "Eric Johnson switched from Dem to Rep in 2023. Do I know who that is? Eric Johnson?
Eric Johnson's married to what's her name? Jessica Simpson. That's another Eric Johnson though.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Entirely different Eric Johnson. He was a football player. I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm sorry.
And they're no longer married. So that's
actually they're getting back together. I saw they're getting back together. I know way too much about her.
Why do you know that?
I don't know. There's so much crap in my brain that I need to purge and put into a different folder, but I retain things I shouldn't retain.
Did they divorce fully and now they're getting back together, or like did they just separate and now they're getting back together?
I think they separated and then there's like talk that they may get back together. I don't know why I know these things. I don't know.
That's very interesting.
It is.
Also on Venmo, Karen Morisco said, "Love and thank you, chicks, for your facts and fun. As far as my journals, left note for my bestie. If I die before I wake, please throw my journals in the lake." God bless.
Because there's some stuff in there, right?
There's some things in there.
Best friends know what to go in and hide. We know. You know what I'm saying? We know.
Okay, now you.
Marcy Parallels, good morning, chicks. Please continue to pray for my mom, Annie, who is still in the hospital. Also for insider William Temple, who was taken to the hospital this morning.
Oh.
Have a lovely weekend. You guys pray for both of those people, Annie and William. Sue R. Yay, I finally get to watch you live. Been watching since the radio days and never miss an episode. Usually watch later. So video on demand she watches. West Coast here. Love you both. Keep up the awesome job. You're up early, Sue. Thank you for joining us. Karen Pyra, I, of course, like President Trump. However, he needs to sound more like DeSantis and not leave a solution to the right. He needs to take care of it. Okay. Tim Griffiths, as of now, it looks like we're going to be fine here in the SoCar low country with future Imelda.
Really?
Lots of rain and a little breezy. Charleston and the north look to be more in the path. Stay alert. So
Charleston is an hour and a half away. So I feel like
far
that's
enough.
Still dangerous.
It's far enough. An hour and a half is pretty good, Karen Elliott, I'm concerned that there will be a false flag from the left by taking out one of their own to claim martyr status. Never underestimate the left.
That is a terrifying and probable point.
Yeah, it's a very interesting theory. Tim Griffiths. For what it's worth, this is the 6th year in a row that the I storm has impacted my wife and I. Isaias 20, Ida 21, Ian 22, Idalia 23, Isaac 24, Imelda 25.
That's horrifying.
Oh my gosh, Tim.
What is it about the I names?
I don't know.
I don't like that at all.
I don't either. Brian Brumley. Hey, I still use a Franklin planner. Nothing better than checking off that list. I'm 30 again every time I write in it. Oh my gosh, the Franklin
planner. Wait a minute. That's right. It's a Franklin planner and it's Stephen Covey. Right?
That's right. But I think they merged. It was like the Franklin Covey thing. They came together and they merged to create this ultra, you have to be super organized. And if you're not, you suck thing. Right. That made it all of us type A.
This seems like so right up your alley.
Listen, I was super type A, but the Franklin Covey planner, I just liked my day timer. I have always you guys, I still have one. It's sitting on my desk. I have a day timer.
Like that you write in.
I write in a daytime. I still do the daytimer. My husband's like, you have a computer. Why do you have that? And I'm like, because I like my So I get it, but I'm just not I didn't do the Franklin Covey thing. It's too much for me. Jose Rodriguez, morning from Texas, y'all. I only trust this group for trust falls. TGIF, just take my trust money. I love it. We need to do that at meet and greet, do a trust fall. BTK, I missed it again today. Can you reread everything? Then you can go back and do that. Video on demand. The photo and the story. Caitlin Collins looks more like Scott Pressler.
All three, they do really look alike. It's true.
She kind of does. Bo Mama 8, I want to tell Big Jim, no, sir, you're the tool. And you're the one that better get used to being on your knees. What a hemorrhoid he is. That is a perfect description. He is a hemorrhoid. Yep. Melissa Tuttle, happy TGIF. Cheers to a great weekend. And karma. Yes. Shelly Bolton, here's your payment. Criticize the left some more. Okay. We can do that. Teresa Raimundo, the maturity of our representatives is exponentially decreasing with each election. That's true.
It is. It's idiocracy in action.
They are becoming dumber and dumber. Team Media and Publishing. The sweet cop story is my favorite of the week. I know a lot of cops like that. Been married to a retired one from nearly 18 years and never had an argument. That's so sweet. Teresa Raimundo. Let's hope the quokka doesn't go blue-haired and septum ring. Then they'll never be happy again. That's true, Teresa. Very good point. Everybody bring it in. It's the weekend, you guys.
It's the weekend. We're going to a wedding. I love weddings.
I have a
love them.
meet. You guys, I've got swim meets. I'm going to go eat some bacon first. You guys have a great, great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.